Welcome to another qualifying round, and we've got the Azerbaijan Baku GP to come this week, and we are chasing down another P1 this week. Can we go back-to-back P1s this year? That would be absolutely buzzing. I've done it once, but can we do it again? Also, new season launching on the 9th of May. How excited are you for that? As we look set to do it all over again. Should be fun. And first of all, let's enter Champion GP and let's see what we can do in a qualifying round. Apologies for the late uploads recently, the lack of communication, lack of streams. However, I am looking to buy my first home, so life's taking a bit of priority at the moment. So Baku, Monza, Mexico and Baku all to come as we get racing with Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton 20% boosted. Let's go Baku. Can we get off to a good start for qualifying? Defending the P1 from last week. Can we do it again? We're going to find out. But first, we've got to get through 188 points of qualifying. And we've got a pretty good matchup to start with. So, Verstappen in P1. We're going to use dead fast. And because we're potentially get a bot here, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go Kawhi through that middle section. And this is all about trying. So if this is a real player, I might have stuffed myself here. But we're about to find out. We've got the outside line. So I'm going to boost both drivers away. No need to not boost here. We should get both into P1, P2. And we do. Now it's going to be interesting to see as Hamilton goes into the wall pretty much. If this Kawhi is so much better through these corners than the dead fast is down the straight. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to leave them both on the same sort of strategy. And let's just see who basically comes out best. You could see Hamilton closing up through the corners there. And will that be an indication? Look at how quick Hamilton is. As he now comes up to the back of Verstappen. Verstappen on the dead fast look though. And they'll now pin away. And let's leave these on conserve. And I think Kawhi might be one of the better boosts around here. Hamilton all over the back. We're just going to let these two squabble for the fun. But I might have to change what I do down the line. Because you can't overtake through here. So you'd want to be from the front. But it don't look too bad at all. As we come through on lap number 2. Max Verstappen. Hamilton will now catch back up, but Max Verstappen will start to boost away, and let's boost both drivers. Hopefully Hamilton can keep that spot. I need to create the gap now, that's the main thing. And we're going to service anyway, we should be able to get enough gap. And Verstappen's not getting away very quickly. And the power of Kawhi for all to see. He's keeping with him, to be fair. It's only 1.3 seconds. And how that Kawhi looks really good. So we are going to double stack, I think, then. Only just, though. That's fine. As we come back out. So let's boost. And boost. Let's see if we catch back up then. How quickly we do. We'll gap at 2.8 then. And like I said, it's always about testing. I've always known cornering and grip being good through the middle part here. But let's see how quick over a lap it is. And already 1.7 is the gap. That is a very strong boost. 1.5 as we cross the line. And I'm going to cut Hamilton down 2.3. So you can see he's basically increased the gap down the straight. But can't close the gap through the corners. Which is very interesting to see. So what we're going to do is come back onto mediums. We're going to create a gap first, so 3.2 now. We're going to come mediums anyway, with both. As in comes Hamilton as well. Just to protect. Good gap between the two drivers. And I always do recommend, if you're in a race where it's a fairly straightforward race, Just try different things out. Try boosts that you wouldn't use before. Or are you safely bet on, oh, I've got to use dead fast because it's speed down that straight? You always find stuff out. So can Hamilton, on Kawhi, catch the dead fast of Max Verstappen? 2.6, watch the gap here. 2 seconds, 1.6, we've got back markers. And watch the gap down the straight start to increase. 1.8, 2, 2.2, 2.3. And then we get to the first corner in the second as we go wide and lose loads of time. But it's down to basically 3 seconds. So I reckon Kawhi, definitely the stronger boost round here if you're pushing through that middle phase. And definitely, as you saw in the first part of this race, he flew off down the straight, Max Verstappen. But Hamilton getting closer. And we'll see him stretch clear again. Look at him go. That's the difference. But we can see Hamilton pick up speed for the corners. And both can go to the end. So it's going to be a real test. And look how close they have become. And team order, if it weren't for team orders, I reckon we'd have got Hamilton through here. As he gets blocked up through the last few corners of that section. And through the last. Kawhi very good at taking that last one. And we'll see Verstappen fly away down the straight. Look, it's like a Ferrari. Not even a Ferrari, it's like a Red Bull versus a Williams. Absolutely flying away. But mainly, bit of testing in race 1. But it is 47 points all the West. Race 2 in Monza sees us potentially take on a real player. Can we get the job done? Be interesting to see where we qualify against them with the 20% boost as well. Let's have a look how close they are. I'm assuming they're going to be 3rd and 4th. Not quite, 5th and 6th. Okay. So, I'm going to use Eclipse on driver 1. On Hamilton in terms of that is. And dead fast driver 2. Softs are all aboard. That's what we use around here. And we're going to boost Verstappen off. I'm not going to boost Hamilton off so quickly. Because rival behind. It was a quick match-up, but it's not actually a real player. Oh, it is a real player, just not using boosts. So we're going to cut down Hamilton already. And let's try and hold that. So rival doing medium and hard then. To start this race. Which is interesting. We're going to let Verstappen fly off. And Hamilton just conserve. And we'll create that gap. So we should be absolutely fine, no dramas in this race, but you never know what Hutch is about to give us. And remember, this circuit, speed is the key. Speed overtaking fuel will give you extra pushing power as well. So we settle down, P1, P2, 5.1 seconds a gap between the two drivers. We're going to move on to medium boost. And we're going to keep pushing ahead. As we start then lap 3. So we'll come into the pits at the end of this lap. And we'll take servicing. We're that far ahead, we might as well take it. And the same with the softs on P number 2. We might as well on that one. So let's actually boost on both. Let's see if we can get out before P3 and P4. And that will create us a nice little gap that we can go against. And then if anyone does come in, safety car wise, we are all good. So in comes Verstappen. Rival now into P3. Looking like they're going to pit though this lap. Let's push Verstappen hard then for 2 laps. And let's push Hamilton. We need to get ahead of Verstappen. Can we hold it? Oh, we can't. That's a bit of annoying. I should have been able to keep that position. But we haven't. But we quickly come back at him. What tyre is he on? Mediums. Can we get through Verstappen? Our Verstappen, though, out front. Absolutely cruising. We're going to come back on softs and just cruise to the end. Hamilton's got plenty of tyres. So we are going to just stick some... What gap have we got? I mean, it's quite big. I think we're going to stick softs. And just cruise. We don't need to service, but we are. Verstappen flying through the traffic now as well, round the outside and in behind Latifi. Hamilton following round in his footsteps, and Verstappen comes out nice and easy. P3 coming through the last section of the track. So unless they push hard, we should be absolutely good to go here. And it's looking like we are going to be. 2 laps after this one to cement the 47 points. And we can probably push to medium boost here. Rivals closing us in, P3. We've got a lot of back markers in the way. But that rival now does pit, so he'll probably go onto some soft tyres. We'll see if he pushes hard though. That might affect us if we can't defend too much, but we're well ahead and he's dropped behind P3 as well. So looking good then in Monza. 1 lap to go. Max Verstappen comes across the line. Lewis Hamilton in P2 coming across the line as well. Last lap then. Rivals battling it out, P4, P5. Hamilton's battling it out with Tsunoda and Stroll. And we are going to pick up a nice easy 47 points as Max Verstappen does indeed win, and Lewis Hamilton comes home to complete a nice easy 1-2 against a real player. However, they wasn't boosting, but for me, 47 points. Race number 3 from Mexico. Looks like one of my own team that I've matched here, and it was instant as well, so it'll be a real player. But what can we do? Can we overcome or can we not? P1, P3 against P4 and P5. We've got a wet start as well, and I don't want to use tuning, but I feel like I need 188 points, so I'm going to. And we're going to use Hex for down the straight. Hex is at the top. And let's go at it. 4 to 7 laps then on the wets. First time I've really raced here in Mexico in the rain. And we do get a real player exception and Hex by Guy, which is sad that we do in fact get him, but never mind. So we're going to chill down on the Hex. We're going to let Guy push. We're going to keep pushing Verstappen and hopefully get and build up a nice gap. The only thing that's going to absolutely kill us is a safety car. We're going to try and do a 4 and then cruise as Hamilton launches down the straight. All good that time round. And let's cut down Verstappen now. He's got a pretty good gap. We can do 4 laps at the end anyway. But Hamilton's looking pretty good at the moment. We've just got to keep an eye on that P3. Got to keep boosting down the straight though. That's where Hex with its speed is going to be absolutely crucial. And then we can conserve through the rest of it. What's Verstappen out front? 4.6 seconds. And not being closed too much at the minute. Remember, it's a bit of a cornering trap this. I know we've got the big straight down, but it is more of a cornering than an overtaking and speed. And we're starting lap number 4. We'll come into the pits here on this lap. And Hex, I forgot to boost. Can we hold the position though? We can. So I'm going to boost all the way now. Looks like he could be doing 5. But that was my bad. Nearly got overtaken then. And we are coming in. We don't want to get held up in the back markers. So we are going to come in here. Rival looking like he's coming in too. And back out. So can we get ahead of P4? We can. And now we've just got to boost hard to the end and hope that fuel is on our side. think it should be. But we've got to keep an eye. You never know. And we're looking good at the minute. It's got 3 laps left as we go on to lap number 6. Verstappen leads from Hamilton. Rival back in P3 and P4. And we are on to something. Looks like we're on to 47 points. Good guy. Good guy, guys. But we're definitely all okay here. As we go around the last corner. And lap number 7. Tune in, absolutely phenomenal. Hex not too far behind though. Not many of us have probably raced Mexico in the rain for a long time. So it makes a change to have this circuit in the wet. But Verstappen running out of fuel. He'll have to cut down for lap number 8. Hamilton will be able to close the gap. And let's cut him down. And then Hamilton down the straight on that Hex absolutely will be flying through. You can see Verstappen trying to get past Verstappen. And we should be able to come home relatively easy in the end. And Hamilton all closing up. It's going to be a photo finish across the line. Going for the photo. And it is P1, P2 in race number 3. The last and final race of qualifying. Baku again, so hopefully the same score as race 1 would be ideal. Not sure if a real or a bot at the minute. We'll find out as we cross the line. And we set off for the race, but P1, P3. And we're going to stick Kawhi on driver 1 this time. And we're going to go dead fast on Hamilton. And let's see if Kawhi is different from the front. Soft and, well, medium and hard, so potential bot incoming. No boost selected, so it looks like a bot. No boost as well, so yeah, bot it is for race number 4 then. And we boost both halfway round. And we'll cut down through here. So a good start from them. 3.5 seconds ahead of P3. And we're just going to manage that gap all the way now. Let's watch Hamilton. See how quickly he closes the gap on the straight. Let's see if he can come into view. Not quite. So we're going to do the 3-2-3, I reckon. Or we might do a 3-3-2, but do mediums and just secure any 47 points early. And what's the gap? 3.5 at the minute. Any slow moving cars? Not that I can see. Everyone looks like they're going pretty safely. So we'll start. Yes, start lap 3. So we'll go into mediums. But we're only going to do 2 laps on them mediums. And that will just give us any safety car preparation. We don't need to service. So let's boost both in. Create the gap for P2 Hamilton, even though it is 5 seconds pretty much. So we're going to do a 2-stop. Verstappen in for mediums. All this is all about just protecting against a safety car. That is all. And we're going to come out ahead. We are out in P2, which is great. So we boost ahead then. And we should be able to then come back in on after lap number 5. Come back for some more mediums. And we should be good to go to the end. Verstappen is absolutely flying out there. Building up a nice bit of a gap already. And we're going to, like I said, come in for mediums this lap. Just to protect against the safety car. Which will be good play. It's all about doing game management. And I would definitely recommend Kawhi in Baku. We've got a 6.4 second gap at the minute, which has been growing ever so slightly. We got 6.6 now. Hamilton's just coming up to the back markers. And in he comes behind Latifi. He's always coming in the same pit time as us. Always. And out he comes. So that will see us to the end of qualifying. Race number 4 with this stop. And now we are well equipped for any safety car action. Verstappen, like a hot knife through butter, through them back markers. And through into lapping P14. And relatively straightforward, this one. That's what we like to see. You never want a nail-biting race number 4 in qualifying, never. But Verstappen's making a mockery of this field. Gap up to 7.5 now. He's flying out there. To start the last lap, lapping up to P7 here. God, we need lapping the whole field. We're not far off. We're probably going to get P4. We're not going to get P3 though. As here we are with the back markers, P6, P5 and P4. And already past them. Won't be getting P3 though. But I've not lapped many people on Baku up to P4 before. But that is powerful from Max Verstappen, even using the mediums. And that comes home for P1. What a run by Verstappen there. That was insane. 11.3 seconds the gap. And here comes Hamilton to complete P2 with 47 points. So some different strategies from what I'm used to there. That Kawhi, definitely a highly recommendation in here. Definitely would recommend using it because that was pretty impressive by him. And that will complete qualifying. We'll wait for the rival to come across the line for P3 and P5. And across the line he goes. And let's see, there's a few people on 188 points, I think. So let's see where that puts us. You know, our nice little P1 and P3 in our medal collection. And where are we? P1 at the minute, we've got Nick in P2 with 188. And then Addy from Blue RFOL in P3. But that is 4 races done. 188 points. Sets us up perfectly for another attack at P1. Only a couple of GPs left. So make sure you make the most of it. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, we always see you in the next one for qualifying to opening round and then Sunday final round.